welcome back to another video on the JJ Think Tank. Today I want to talk about the self-help book that quite possibly beats all other self-help books. So I am a fan of self-help books. I think they do help you. A lot of people, they criticize self-help books, that it's a waste of time. You know, you're just caressing yourself. Yes, you want to feel better. You want to make a change in your life by reading a book that will actually not make a change. But I'm of the opposite view. I think some self-help books definitely create a change in your life. They switch something. So obviously, The Power of Now comes to mind by Eckhart Tolle. I read this book a while ago now. I think 10 years ago, but it definitely made a change. This concept of the now, of accepting the present moment as it is, and diving deep into the present moment. Can really open up a lot of avenues in your life, because the present moment really is all we have. Yes, when we think about the present moment, when we stop thinking about the past or the future, it's when the magic happens. It's when we start to take more action, we start to be more productive and more effective. Yes. But in this one, I want to talk about Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. And here it is, Mel Robbins. I read this in Polish, Teoria Pozwól im. The Let Them Theory. Whoa, this is up there with one of the best, I have to say. One of the best self-help books that I've read so far, I think. I'll probably create a video about the top 5 self-help books that I read so far in my life. But I still need to think a bit more and create a list. But in this video, I only want to talk about Let Them Theory. So, why was this book so great? Because when I compare it to some other self-help books that I read, it was definitely much more practical. No magical thinking, because this is a problem with self-help books. Some self-help books, they offer a false worldview. Too much magical thinking, too much idealism, which actually doesn't help you. Yes, so there's this nonsense book called The Law of Attraction. Yes, so this is an example of a nonsense self-help book that you should avoid. But this one is more grounded in reality. Yes, and it's about relationships, how we relate to ourselves and how we relate to others. And I guess the central thesis of the book is to just accept yourself as you are, and accept others as they are. Yes, because I had this problem in my life. I think it stemmed from the fact that I didn't know myself, and because I didn't know myself, I tried to change others constantly. I try to make them. I try to, I guess, on a subconscious level, perhaps I tried to make them appear the way I wanted them to appear in my mind, I guess. And this is wrong. Yes, this is this is subtly narcissistic. Yes, because we have an image of the person in our mind and we project this, but we don't actually know the other person. We don't know them truly. We don't know them fully. Yes, and this leads to a lot of unnecessary wasted energy and time, and this is why I began my article here with this quote by Mel Robbins: "So much time and energy is wasted on forcing other people to match our expectations. Let them be themselves, because they are revealing who they are to you." Yes, there's so much to this quote. So much, but I guess at this moment in time, what I would say is to just stop doing this. Just live your own life. Just focus on yourself. Live your own life. Be true to yourself, and the right people will come into your life. Yes, there's no point trying to force others to match our expectations, to force others to be like, like we want them to be in our mind. No. This is wrong. Yes, and I guess linked to this is the idea that eventually, over time, when you let go, when you let others be as they are, when you let yourself become who you are, true colours will appear. People will start to show their true colours, and this is the magic of life. Yes, over time things start to make sense, and I guess these are my thoughts about this quote. But moving on, I want to go into more practical issues because now I'm still in the realm of idealism, I guess we could say. But let's go into the practical issues, yes? And what I found that was very relevant to me in my life. So, the grand theory that I had in my mind about this book is that it suggests, the idea of letting go of control, letting go of outcomes, coming into contact more with the freeing flow of life. So I guess this book is similar in some way. It's similar to Flow, yes, by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. So you can watch that video if you want to. I reviewed that book as well. But this was not better. It was just different. It talks about relationships. So relationships of any kind. The relationship we have with ourselves and the relationship we have with another individual or even with groups of people, yes? And it's not a self-help book for the magical thinkers, definitely not. Definitely not. And here I got very passionate, yes? I got very passionate because I just spilled out what I thought. Perhaps some repressed energy came out. And I wrote here, let them judge you. Let them talk behind your back. Let them misinterpret you and your culture. Let them obfuscate the truth. Let yourself be. Let yourself finally take control of your life and the relationships you wish to enter. Finally take a risk and be bold enough to put yourself first for a change. It's not selfish or narcissistic, it's life or death. It's simply you reclaiming your power and agency, which actually in the long run will be beneficial to all parties. When you try to people please, when you're not true to your real self, when you try to change others so that they match your expectations, this is so much wasted time and energy. And I'll go into more why, yes, in a moment. So this approach, it frees ourselves of so much stress and worry. Because we don't attend to matters beyond our control. Yes, this is what I wrote. It's just a waste of time and energy. I wasted so much time and energy in such a mode of thought and action, really. People pleasing, trying to change myself to fit, to adapt to other people, and then also at the same time trying to make them change so that they're not true to their real selves. Yes. It's the wrong approach, yes. It's definitely the wrong approach. So, the chapters that I particularly liked concerned, seeking love, our tendency to compare ourselves to others, and finally, the fear of other opinions and reactions. And the book is grounded in reality, yes. There's a lot of references to neuroscience, to psychology, and I checked the bibliography. And there's quality books here that I read. Quality books, neuroscience books, psychology books. So it's not some nonsense, self-help, magical thinking books, yes? So we got here Sapolsky. So Sapolsky is a neuroscientist. He wrote the book Behave. So I haven't read that one yet, but I plan to in the future. Behave by Robert Sapolsky, I believe his name is. We've got here Gabor Maté, The Myth of Normal, Trauma, Illness and Healing in a Toxic Culture. So I've read that book. I've got that here. Brilliant book. Many others, yes. There's so many that I mean I can show you here. There's a very long bibliography, yes. So this is a key bit of information that I learned, and which is really applicable to me. I really related to this because I was in such a relationship. So. And this is the idea, yes, that many adults, we can think that adults, the adults surrounding us, they're so emotionally mature, yes, that they surpass us in this sense, but this is not true. A lot of our adults, yes, they behave, react, and act like children emotionally. And our parents, yes, even our parents, yes, can be like this. And there's Dr. Ramani. She's a leading psychologist when it comes to narcissism and narcissistic abuse. And I watched some of her videos, so you can find her on YouTube. There's so many psychologists now that talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. My favorite thinker is Sam Vaknin. So he is a Jewish psychologist. He's a brilliant thinker. He really helped me in my life recently. But there are others, and Dr. Ramani is one of them. And she argues that our hope of trying to change their ways, it's futile. You can't change the behavior of a narcissist. You simply cannot. It's a trap. The more you try, the worse it gets, and it affects you. It affects your sanity. So it's better just to limit contact to an absolute minimum for the sake of your sanity. Yes. Unfortunately, you have to put yourself first sometimes, and you just have to limit contact because these people, they will never change. There's always some subtle manipulation going on. There's always something there underneath the play, the games that these people play. There's no point. There's no point. It's a trap. So you limit contact to an absolute minimum, and I've done this. I'm doing this more and more now, limiting contact to preserve my mental health and sanity, because it's the only way, unfortunately. I've tried 30 years. I've really tried with many people, yes, in my life, and it just doesn't work. So better to go no contact, in my opinion. And I advise you to do the same. If you have these narcissistic people in your life, if your gut tells you, your intuition tells you that there's something off, yes, there's something off, you need to limit contact. You need to, unfortunately. Obviously, some people they're a part of our life, and we can't go no contact. So obviously, our parents, etc. It's unrealistic to go no contact, but you can limit contact, and this will help you a lot, definitely. So this was a key bit of information. And then the next key bit of information was about the thoughts of others. Yes, think about yourself. Thousands of thoughts enter our own mind every day. We barely have control over our own thoughts. Yes, so what makes you think that you can try to control the thoughts of others, the opinions of others? You can't. It's impossible. Yes, it's a road that leads to nowhere. You can't. So you're better off just being true to yourself, saying what you think, and then let the chips fall where they may. There's no point. There's no point trying to please others. Yes, to betray yourself to please others. Wrong approach. So neuroscience, again, it backs this up. It backs up the idea that there are thousands of thoughts that enter our mind. There's this. So why should we even try to control other people? Yes, and what they think of us, and constantly ruminating. Oh, what do they think? Oh, what if they think bad of me? Oh. There's no point. There's no point. You're not living your life. You're constantly worrying. You're constantly under anxiety and stress. There's no point. And then love as well. So I did this. So I mean, I haven't actually been dating for a while, to be honest. I haven't been looking for love. I mean, since COVID, really, since 2020, I haven't been looking, to be honest. And I've achieved such a high level of inner peace. I'm very happy with this. I don't think I want to trade this for the chaos that another person will bring, because unfortunately, I think a lot of people out there, they're traumatized, and they've got a lot of chaos in them, and so unfortunately, I just don't want to enter a relationship for the sake of it. A lot of people, I think, they enter relationships because they're afraid to be alone. They are afraid. And they enter these relationships. Yes, and this is the wrong approach. It's the wrong approach. You should only enter a relationship when you know it's the right one. Yes, and you need to let the love come to you, and base your search on respect, virtue, and common values, not on some these temporary feelings. Yes, that come and go. This is again the wrong approach, in my opinion. So obviously there should be a spark. There should be a little spark there, but it's not the main thing. It's not the most important thing. The most important conditions are respect. If you respect the other person and the other person respects you, that's a good sign. If the other person is virtuous, shows virtue, is trying to improve her well, in my case, yes, her personality, her behavior, yes, that's a good sign. If there are common values, that's another good sign. If she doesn't project an idealized version of you and loves the idealized version of you, but loves you with all your faults, that's another good sign. Yes, the same goes for men when they love a woman. Yes. And this is definitely true. Mel Robbins talks about this in her book. So, and this is why she's still in her marriage. She's been with the same man for 30 years, I think, now. 30, 40. So, she talks the talk and walks the walk. So, yes, it really clarified a lot. And confirm. I mean, I thought I already had these views before, because I consumed, content about relationships from other sources. Yes, but she just confirmed, the view that I have. Yes, so that was good to see, good to experience, and yes. So yeah, I mentioned that I haven't really been seeking a relationship or love. I mean, from the years 2013 and to 2020, 2019, I was chasing. I was people pleasing and trying to find this love. Yes, love of my life. I was trying, but I just didn't. Nothing came to fruition really. Most of the time, I was just manipulated, or just all these games. Yes, and then I just grew tired of it. To be honest, is what it is, really. I mean, I'm still open. I'm still open to perhaps a relationship. There's still some things I need to sort out in my own life, but I'm still open. Yes, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's just I can't tell what the future will bring. So then now, before I finish, I want to go back to ourselves. Yes. So we have let them, but then we have let you, let yourself be. Let them be, but let yourself be. Yes. And here, when I was writing this, a few thoughts and ideas and quotes came from the Joker. Yes. So the Joker, for me, the Joker was a philosopher. The Joker is a philosopher. The Joker has a specific philosophy that is very relevant to our current times, I believe. And there's a lot of quotes that I think everyone should read and think about. That the Joker uttered, and I remember listening to some shorts on YouTube where the Joker talks about his philosophy, about his worldview, and one of them was this, that whatever you do, you will be judged and criticized for not taking an alternative action. So let me give you an example. An example, yes? So if you take one path, eventually people will start calling you a coward, yes? Oh, you're a pussy, or you gave up, or whatever, yes? And if you take another path, then people will start saying, oh, you're deluded, you're dangerous, you're selfish. There's always some criticism. So I think the best thing to do is just do what you know is right. Let yourself be. And just let them criticize, let them think what they want. Who cares, man? I mean, you can't control their thoughts. You can barely control your own thoughts. So just let them. As Mel Robbins says, just let them. And this is why I ended my article with this quote by the Joker. They laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at them because they're all the same. They're all the same. They laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at them because they're all the same. Spiritualized cyborgians. They're all the same. Liberate the individual from liberalism. Liberate him. And with that, I would like to end my video about the theory Let Them by Mel Robbins. A must read for everyone out there. I think it will help you a lot. Must read book. And yes, so if you like the video, consider liking and subscribing. It will help me grow the channel and help me, spread more vital information. I think will help a lot of people out there. Because I think a lot of people, they're not being true to themselves, yes. And this can cause mental health issues. And yes, if you like the video even more, consider donating to. I've got Buy Me a Coffee page. If you like the video a lot, then consider donating. But yes, if you're still listening now, I really appreciate it. I appreciate you spending your time here on the JJ Think Tank. You could have watched something else, but you spent your time here. I really appreciate that. And once again, thank you for listening. If you made it this far, I wish you all the best. Take care.